and stories collide. From the bustling streets of Monrovia to the shoals of Rabosport, every headline and update, we promise to report. Listen to Voice of Liberia News. It's up to the hour. In the vibrant heart of West Africa, we bring you the latest news with pride. Listen to Voice of Liberia News, where truth and stories collide. From the bustling streets of Monrovia to the shoals of Rabosport, every headline and update, we promise to report. Listen to Voice of Liberia News. It's up to the hour.
A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to News Live on the Voice of Liberia 104.1 in Monrovia and other frequencies in Bone County and Marnkebe. News Live is a 30 minutes of news background reports of major events and analysis about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our own world. I am Mafila Kamara anchoring this edition of news. In the headlines, House of Representatives set free Finance Minister Boyman Kamara following contempt charge against him over consistent refusal to appear before them. Government of Liberia announces the arrest of over 13 individuals linked with the alleged demonstration of properties at discretion of properties of the Salada Rubber Corporation. And Information Minister Jerome Piat accuses former President George Weah of misunderstanding Liberia's current situation. Those were the headlines. Let's take a very short break to be back with the details of these and other developments, including the forces beyond the news. Moserado County Representative Frank Safogo threatens to burn down the Lower House against failure to serve Liberians. Representative Frank Safogo of Moserado County District Number 9 has sharply criticized the legislature for failing to meet the needs of Liberians, even threatening drastic measures if the institution does not change its ways. During a tense section on Tuesday, Representative Fogo expressed profound frustration, warning that he will set their building ablaze if lawmakers continue to neglect their duties, emphasizing the urgent need for legislative accountability.
Liberia is above Unity Party, Liberia is above CDC, Liberia is above ANC, and Liberia is above any political parties. If we cannot prioritize the Liberian people interests for which we were sent here from the 17 districts, we should burn that session. I'm very serious about it. I'm telling you that if the Liberian people, JFK got issued, even our staff force at Capitol Building, there is no bus to take them home, there is no bus to bring them, there is no health protection for them, no insurance here for them. Now look at JFK, now look at Redemption Hospital, now look at the teachers. And we look at the University of Liberia, the children don't have chairs to sit in at the University of Liberia. Now look at public schools, Tottenham, and other public schools in Liberia. So they are not taking to correct that. I'm telling you that will burn down this section.
Information Minister Jerome Piat strongly criticized former President George Weah for lacking comprehension of Liberia's current challenges during a press briefing on Tuesday. Minister Piat accused Weah for making sarcastic remarks about President Joseph Boakai and touted Weah's understanding of the nation's operations under his own regime. He highlighted issues of corruption and mismanagement when Weah's tenure, urged Weah to speak responsibly as a former head of state.
I'm told his party celebrated something they called Militant Day, and he spoke on the local media to give approbation to the formalization of the acts of militancy, which is good. That's what he wants. And in his normal, sarcastic way of addressing leaders, he believes President Bouaka does not represent the change. President Bouaka does not know what is happening around him. He's sleeping. Mr. Former President, maybe you were not sleeping. You were very awake. But how come you didn't know all the things that were happening around you? I doubt whether you even understand this country, even though you led it for 6 years. I doubt whether you even knew what was happening around you, or whether you know what's happening now. I will listen to you, see the lack of understanding of what it means to run a country. So no wonder why it's true that you were not sleeping according to you. The country sank to where it was. At no time in the history of this country that leaders of our country could just be sanctioned left and right. That our most respectable partner, the United States. You were not sleeping, you were awake. This place became a dumping site for cooch and other harmful substances. You were not sleeping. Corruption reached its zenith under your leadership. You were firmly awake and not sleeping. But auditors were being murdered in cold blood, and your government could not act. Your eyes were wide open. The civil servants who were already underpaid were reduced to beggars when you harmonized their salaries. You were not sleeping, but every government institution we've inherited, including where I stand, the Ministry of Information, looks like a dump site. With your eyes wide open, you put our country almost on the verge of being a failed state. Yes, Mr. Former President, you said this is not a change we wanted. But how could that be? When you came with your change, in 6 months, you built 47 condominiums. 6 months. Honor your change.
The House of Representatives has pardoned Finance Minister for blending Boyman Camarade based on a passionate appeal against ailment. The House Press Bureau is quoted in a statement as saying Minister Kamara appealed his recent deliberate absences from the August Poly Tuesday during the 14th-day sitting. It can be recalled last week the House of Representatives invoked its contempt power as outlined in Woodford on the Finance Minister for repeated failure to appear before them. He was cited to be among other things, discuss key financial matters, including updates about Liberia consolidated accounts and bank balances and validate reports from the Liberia Revenue Authority on revenue collection. Minister Boyman Camarade remained that's apologetic before the House of Representatives Tuesday sitting, worrying that he was ill. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives pardoned Minister Kamara, cautioning him not to compromise the duties and functions of the legislature over mere issues.
Right now we happy with because that human being left basis. There's no left is better than left. All left has.
Liberia Union President Maurice Sangari expresses sympathy over the passing of an unknown motorcyclist at Cowett Bridge. Speaking during the weekend, Liberia Union President Maurice Sangari expressed deep sadness into what in term as the unfortunate situation at Kawe that led to the death of an unnamed motorcyclist, noting that the government should probably investigate the incident. It can be recalled that over the weekend, a motorcyclist yet to be identified was hit by a truck on Cowett Bridge while the child escaped the scene, leading angry crowds to burn down the truck. The Chogyon president urged citizens not to take laws into their hands, but to wait on investigative findings from the rightful authorities charged with such responsibilities, adding that burning the chalk was never the best option in finding solution. The chalk president Sangari explained that it is better to remain normal and finding earned means than taking substances that will cause danger for both the riders and passengers.
Right now we are people because the human being love basis. There's no love is better than love. All love as equal. But you know the government really need to come in. If the angry crowd make the fitting 2 or 3, it can be the solution to the accident. Accident, no one meant to do accident. But when human be there, we need investigation. If somebody go and fire somebody, you need investigation, proper investigation. What's about accident? They need investigation. When they burn the truck, somebody who die in the accident, the family will can say, okay, the insurance should take the liability of the children or whatsoever of the victim. Then, if they burn the truck again, then what the insurance will stand for, or what the owner of the car will stand for by the people. You will not do anything again because why you supposed to work on those taking of the family or taking of the children beyond the person? Supposed to the material is not there again. There's no way. So I just appeal to national government to really come into our aid that the burning of the truck should be limited. That's my concern for now.
Liberia Coast Guard launches Operation Racing Tide to rescue flood victims in Johnsonville. The Liberia Coast Guard recently conducted a critical rescue operation tagged Operation Racing Tide in Pelletan, Johnsonville, following several flooding that's caused by heavy rains. According to the team, the operation aims to search and to ensure the safety of residents during natural disasters, highlighting the Coast Guard's commitment to protecting vulnerable communities during the rainy season. Despite challenging conditions, Coast Guard sailors successfully rescued 35 residents, including elderly individuals, pregnant women, and children. Street sellers displaced by Pinsville City Corporation expressed distress over ELWA junction evictions. Street sellers removed by the Pinsville City Corporation from the ELWA junction have expressed their distress over losing their primary source of income. Many of these sellers, predominantly women, reported severe financial setbacks and urged President Parker's administration to intervene. The group is appealing to the national government to permit them to continue their trade along the sidewalk, emphasizing their lack of alternative means for survival. According to the Pinsville City Corporation, the initiative is meant to maintain cleanliness at ELWA Pinsville.
We will pay taxes. So you pay up, you get all the sour. They sell again to it. We should go in the container to go sell. We should go sell whom? We're working towards it, but there's no solution for us. So how we address it? So we're begging the government to insist on them to get all the sour for all those sell. If they want for all to pay taxes, if they want for all to rest our businesses, we will do it. And they can even pay a place on the sidewalk. They say I pay so more. We will do it. We'll work towards it because we want it. That's why I want there one place. If they give up a certain area on the black leader, there will control their black. If you put there on the road, your own black leader, they will hold you responsible. We're not just striking. If the government can put striking down for us, we will see them put a deck into it. But we're not just striking. So why will we put a deck? There's someone that can sell drug goods. They're selling drug goods, they're selling drinks, they're selling cosmetics, someone else selling food. Please, government, please help what we want to sell. Pick your other sidewalk. We're begging for people to do.
Well, then how they expect me to survive? Then the one guy is over to for him to be playing there on the street.
We're so disappointed in the person. You don't treat people like this. We are angry. Selling soap, touch that, selling cosmetics. I've been selling it for the past 4 years now. They are inform us. But you know, if you inform somebody, and then in a time like you show the person one place for the person to be. But they just say, oh, and they're not saying nothing. And we're not
If you are just joining us, be reminded that you are listening to News Live on the Voice of Liberia 104.1 in Morovia and other frequencies in Margibi and Pond counties. Top stories we are following: House of Representatives set free Finance Minister Poman Kamara filing contempt charge against him over consistent refusal to appear before them. Government of Liberia announces the arrest of over 13 individuals linked with the alleged discretion of properties of the Salada Rubber Corporation. And Information Minister Charlie Mipia accuses former President Joshua of misunderstanding Liberia's current situation. House of Representatives moved the passing of former Senior Protocol Officer Emin Sawyer. Speaking during the weekend, House Speaker J. Fonatikofa led an array of lawmakers to the residence of the late Senior Protocol Officer Emin Sawyer in sympathy with the bereaved family, adding that the late Sawyer served diligently in the Protocol Department for many years. The Honorable House of Representatives members at the same time acknowledged the profound loss felt by both the Sware family and the legislative community, noting that Officer Sawyer passing left a fall that will be deeply felt by those who had the privilege of working alongside her. Police Inspector General Gregory Comont has admitted the emerged challenge of addressing the fatal shooting incident involved Officer Julius Rockett amidst widespread public distrust. RG Comont highlighted the significant lack of confidence in the police due to ongoing issues of governance and promised a thorough internal review and transparent investigation by the Professional Standards Unit. He assured the public that external groups like the Federation of Liberian Youth and civil society organizations will oversee the inquiry to ensure fairness. Speaking to Wednesday, police RG acknowledged that restoring trust in the police is crucial, especially given the severity of the situation and the historical context of our governance contributing to the public's skepticism.
Investigation is ongoing. The officer involved shooting protocols have been initiated. The officer has been interdicted and turned over to the Professional Standards Division. And they are proceeding with the investigation. Hopefully by tomorrow they will conclude. Their conclusion will determine whether it comes for an administrative action or to be forwarded to CSD for further prosecution criminally. So that's where we are with this issue. We have spoken to the family. As I speak to you right now, the full representation of the leadership has been with the family since the occurrence of this tragic event, and they are currently the residents of the deceased talking to the family. The mother and the father have expressed their desire for their child to be mourned in a respectful manner and not for people to take the street and cause violence in the name of protesting for the loss of their child. One thing I can promise the general public that this investigation we will conduct it as swift as we can, not leaving any stones unturned, and bringing to the public, the general public, the facts as the investigation proceeds. There will be absolutely no cover-ups.
The government of Liberia has announced the arrest of over 13 individuals who was involved with the alleged destruction of the Salada Rubber Corporation properties. Speaking at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing on Tuesday, Minister Geraldine Mepia disclosed that those arrested are currently on ongoing investigation if found guilty will face a full weight of the laws of the country. However, Minister Piat said alleged ranking members of the violent strike protests are on the run. The minister emphasized that the government is committed to ensuring that those responsible for the discussion will be held accountable for their actions. He also stressed that the government will not tolerate any form of violence caused instability in the country. Of recent, persons believed to be employees of the Salada Rubber Corporation carried out a violent strike that led to the alleged mishandling of senior personnel and staff, the general manager, and one of the company's plantation superintendent. The action also led to the destruction of the company properties as well as by the burning of a senior staff residential units, among others.
Over 13 persons have been arrested and investigated, but some of the ringleaders are still alive. We're looking for them because the government is committed to ensuring that those who caused that extent of destruction account for their action. And those who are already arrested, they've been investigated, they will be charged accordingly, and they all will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. We cannot tolerate such level of violence among our people. We can't be behaving like animals. You got a human being in a house, and you don't care. You prepare to set the house ablaze. And it doesn't matter if anybody in there dies. This new set of activity that we've seen is un-Liberian. Liberians are calm people. We are not such a violent group of people as we've seen, especially during normal times. The company has announced that they will shut down. So yesterday, the government sent a team to Salaland, headed by the Minister of Justice and the Minister of Agriculture, because Salaland is an agricultural company, the Acting Inspector General of Police, because his men are deployed there as we speak, and I joined there as a Minister of Information. And we wanted to have a clear picture of what has happened. So we were able to review the damaged infrastructures. We moved to the camps. They got some 9 camps. We couldn't go to all. We visited 2 of the strategic ones. We talked to those who are living there, got their own accounts of what happened. On our way back, we stopped at the police station in Kakata and met those who are detained. We also met their union leaders, the chairperson or president and the secretary general. They gave us their own account of what took place because they are answering some questions having been invited by the police. But here is it. You see you've got some issues. You instigated a violent protest. The company said we shut it down.
The Director General of the Liberia Intellectual Property, Madam Carmen Kobo, has committed to improving the institution under her watch. The Liberia Intellectual Property Office is an agency of government under the executive branch responsible to develop and promote IP policies, including the protection of rights deriving from intellectual activity. According to Madam Kobo, the Liberia Intellectual Property is a very important institution that has to do with information, education, health, and agriculture. As such, Liberians should take advantage of this institution in empowering their careers and talents. Speaking when she appeared as a guest on a state radio on Monday, the Liberia Intellectual Property Director General disclosed plans of having a nationwide awareness in educating Liberians about the importance of the institution and how to protect their brand.
They often has to do with information ministry, it has to do with the health ministry, the agriculture, the education ministry, because when you talk about information, we have something to do with the tourism. So when it comes to the health sector, we have something to do with all the pharmaceutical products. Those products that come into the country, they are patent. For agriculture, I was in Ghana last week and we were having a regional workshop on plant varieties. So it has to do with the plant breeder rights, agriculture ministry. Education, the copyright area, the writers, all the different publisher. So it's very important because we are aligning with those different ministry and agency, even the ARA in terms of custom, because we need them to the various bowlers to be able to identify those products that are coming into the country, whether they are protected or not in terms of infringement. So it's very important for the office, and we are calling on everybody to work with the office, not only looking at it, because people just look at intellectual property as you going in at the center to talk. No, and we are having a nationwide awareness. It's a whole 6-month program. This month is starting. We are going into the more than 5 counties because of budgetary constraint. We can go all over, and we want to have IP hour on the same show, so that the public can know the importance, how to protect their brain. Information sharing. You can come here and somebody can sit here and educate. You can call, and maybe you have issue with your brain, and you can share with us. So we are working on things around all is intellectual. In our region, intellectual property should be within our curriculum. Yes. So you can have the basic. They have so much in the basic.
On that note, this is how we come to the end of News Live on the Voice of Liberia 104.1 in Morovia and other frequencies in Markibi and Bond counties. But before we take leave of you, let's bring you the recap of our top stories. House of Representatives set freed Finance Minister Boman Kamara following contempt charge against him over consistent refusal to appear before them. Government of Liberia announces the arrest of over 13 individuals linked with the alleged discretion of properties of the Salada Rubber Corporation, and Information Minister Jeremy Mepia accuses former President George Weah of misunderstanding Liberians' current situation. For more news, you can log on to www.voiceofliberiaradio.com or follow us on Facebook with keywords Voice of Liberia. I am Mafida Kamara. Thanks for watching and listening. Good afternoon.